It's your girl, Tiasha Tonys, and I'm sipping hot chocolate at the round table today with a Helltown legend, Whiz.
This is a Scandalous Beats production.
Hi, Jay.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good.
I'm glad you're here.
Thanks, it's good to be here.
I know I introduced you as a Helltown legend, and some people may not know what Helltown is. So could you let us know what Helltown is?
Sure. I'm from a place called Helena, West Helena, Arkansas.
So what was it like growing up in Helltown?
Well, it's a small town, so it wasn't a lot to do down there. I remember when they put the Super Walmart down there, it was like a mall was coming.
Oh, wow. All right, so would you say you're proud to be from Helltown?
Of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
Is it because you overcame certain things, or what would be the reason that you're just proud to be there, from there?
I mean, I'm from there, and Helena, West Helena is one of those places where if you can make it there, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you made it out, basically.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
The roads from the concrete.
That part. The roads from the concrete.
It's rough down there.
Yeah, real bad, like Memphis.
No, it's not like Memphis, but well, they're trying to get like Memphis down there.
Really?
Yeah. My mom and dad always tell me to be safe, but I have to tell them to be safe now because I tell them the bullets are a little closer there than they are here.
Yeah.
Just because it's such a small town.
It's really, really small out there.
Mm-hmm.
So you grew up with a mom and a dad.
Yeah.
That's nice. That's really good. And you went to school, I believe Central.
Mm-hmm. Central High School.
Like? Yeah.
I mean, just like any other high school, I guess. 9th through 12th grade was there.
Let's take it back some. Since we're talking about Central. So you started as a poet, right?
Yeah, I started writing poetry before I started doing music.
Yeah. And were you poetic thug at that time, or did you become poetic thug once you started writing music?
Well, when I was writing poems, I wasn't poetic thug. That was my probably second rap name. Okay. So it was actually poetic, THUG, poetic thug, poetic talent hidden underground.
Yeah.
And so I turned it into a rap name, and it just went from there.
Okay.
So I was poetic thug for a while, a few albums.
Yeah. So you said that was your second rap name. What was your first? Do you mind telling us?
I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and I was telling him about it. I don't even think he had heard me say that, but it was Venom. When I was first looking for my rap name, I was just looking through comic books. I was just trying to find a different way to come up with a name, and there was a comic book I had. Venom. One of the Spider-Man characters.
You spelled Venom.
I guess so, yeah.
Man, come on now.
Yeah, I had a little rap and everything about Venom.
So. You had a rap. Give us a line. Do you remember? Shut that down real quick. No. We're not doing that.
We talking 13, 14 years old.
I mean, Poetic Thug, like your first recording or whatnot, it comes from a long time ago, right? When you were like 17?
Yeah, but that poem I wrote a poem called Summer Fling back when I was in the 8th grade. And that was the first poem I turned into a rap.
Yeah. And that's what Venom did.
Venom didn't do that. No, I don't think Venom did that.
So what made you like want to transition into rap from being a poet?
I think I was influenced by like 90s rap. Like 90s rap was just a great time in music.
Yes,
It was just, I either wanted to be a NBA player or a rapper at the time. I just didn't grow tall enough to go to the NBA. I thought I was going to do both.
Yeah.
But I didn't grow tall enough to go to the NBA, so.
Well, you grew tall enough to do great things, so that's why you've been on this couch. Okay? So that's cool. So that's good. That's good. So you were like, okay. But what like really motivated you to say, I'm going to rap?
I don't think it was a certain motivation. I think I just enjoyed it. Like I said, at that time, it was, I guess, greater aspiration of getting like a record deal for people that were rapping.
Yeah.
So we would send off demo tapes to record labels. We'd find a record label address and send those in CDs at the time, maybe cassettes in the beginning.
That is dope.
But we used to send that and hope to hear back from record labels and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was about getting signed.
And we're going to talk more about it, but you have your own label now. So, yes, so we'll talk more about that. But I want to be able to talk about how, like, you were one of the first to do what you do in your hometown, you know.
I think I'm in, like, the second wave of rappers. You had a group called Center Street.
Okay.
Yeah, they were, like, the first ones to actually sell tapes around school and just have a whole big buzz. And then you had S&P, which was a group down there. They were the first group that really kind of had like a little radio song. Okay, and so, nice. Yeah, so Center Street, you saw them and be like, oh, okay, we can sell tapes, you know, and then you heard S&P on the radio, and you were like, okay, we can get on the radio. So, you know, those were the people that kind of inspired me to do it on a different level. Nice. In a sense.
So they kind of like paved the way for you all to...
Yeah, that was some of the groundbreaking noise-making artists.
Period. Everybody knew about that.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice. That's nice. So when I say like doing it the way you do it, you kind of like embody the music world as far as making your own beats, rapping, recording other artists, putting other people on. Like what made you say, I'm going to go ahead and like take this industry by storm?
Well, I always had a professional mindset about it. I always kind of had the record label mindset from the beginning, because I had used to tell my homeboy we used to rap with, I said, we could spend the time we spend working at Sonic and Walmart in the studio making music, you know. Right. So I always had like a record label, like the first record label name I had was Scandalous Records. Right. And so ever since I made my first cassette, you know, I went under Scandalous Records, and then I went on the internet and found another record label called Scandalous Records. They spelled theirs differently, but that's what made me change it eventually to a different name, different label name.
Yeah, which is really, really nice. So with rapping and putting out your, you know, tapes and everything, you were looking for beats, and how did you go about actually like recording and all of that? Tell us about that process.
In the beginning?
Yeah.
Well, in the beginning, I didn't know how to make beats.
Right.
And so it was a guy by the name of Derek Miller, my classmate's brother. He used to make beats. He actually made beats for Center Street. And so I used to always ask his brother to have his brother make me a beat. Right. And he would ask him, but I never got a beat from him. Yeah. And so I used to just go to Walmart. Back then they used to have the single cassettes. Yeah. And if you could find a cassette that had an instrumental on it, then those are what I used. I used the instrumentals, and I rapped to some of anything I could find. And so I used to just record on two tape cassettes, basically. I'll record in one. Well, that's actually when I started making beats, but I just record in a regular tape recorder. Right.
Push record.
Yeah, just push record and record.
Yes. Some of you young cats don't know nothing about that, but it's okay. No. We're going to school you today.
A cassette, yeah. I don't know if they know what the cassette is.
No. But, so you went from that process of getting the, you know, cassette tape recording, but then you started eventually making your own beats. Why?
I guess I just wanted something more original.
Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, since I could never get that beat, I just had to learn how to do it myself. The same way with recording, you know, I couldn't ever really get anybody to show me how to record or tell me how to record. So it's just something I picked up. And so my grandmother had a keyboard.
Yeah.
It was just a regular little keyboard. It didn't even loop.
Really?
And so, yeah, so I would have to play. I just taught myself. I played a drum for 4 or 5 minutes just constantly.
Yeah.
And then I take that tape out, put it in the record side.
Yeah.
No, I put it in the play side, get another tape, put it in the record side, then I add another sound.
Okay.
You know, like a bass line or something like that.
Very creative.
And then I take that tape out, put it back in the play side, and put the other tape back in the record side, and then add like one more sound. And it caused a lot of hits because you kept recording over the same tape, but that's just how I did it, and I played it constantly, no looping.
Yeah.
It was a long time before I had something that loop.
Yeah. And what was that?
Well, I had got with a guy named Schmack.
Okay.
He had broke away from Center Street.
Not broke away.
Yeah, the people from the town know how it went. So he had a drum machine, and so he knew I had started making beats and doing music, and he showed me how to use the drum machine, and the drum machine looped.
Yeah.
Now the keyboard I had eventually got my own keyboard with better sounds, but it still didn't loop. So I would still have to play the sounds for the length of the beat, but the drum would loop over and over. And instead of making the beat for a whole 5 minutes, I would just maybe let it play for I play it for about a minute, and all my beats had pauses in it. And then I started back over. That way I didn't have to make it the length of the time. But
that's cool.
But yeah, I didn't start making my beats the whole way through with the drum machine till my sister started making beats. Okay. And she played the whole time. I was like, if she can play the whole time, I should be able to play the whole time.
And your sister, she was an artist as well?
Yeah, she became a rapper because I was rapping.
Right.
Shout out to J-Dog, my own boy. He helped me with my first album. He was like the first artist that worked with me. Yeah. Basically, he was on my first album. And he had the idea, like, we should get your sister to rap. Yeah. And so she on there too. And that's how she started rapping. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So a little birdie told me that, yes, that's what I was going to say. A little birdie told me her name, Lil Mom. Yeah. Well, she changed to Miss Vet eventually, but yeah, she was Lil Mom at the time. And I was asking her about this the other day, but I don't know if somebody out there can fact check me, but I think she's the only female artist, definitely in Helena, West Helena, with a solo album. Period. I would say the state of Arkansas, but I'm not sure. Come on now, Miss Vet. And that was years and years ago. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, so I like it. Yeah. Okay. So J-Dog helped you with your first album. Gave you the idea to put your sister on. She came in. She was rapping and singing. Rapping, singing all the hooks, all of that stuff. And then, eventually, you said, let's go a little bit further, right? Okay, cool. So, what was that process like as far as saying, I want to go ahead and do a label, I want to help other people? Because you were telling me, like, you weren't able to get the beats. You weren't able to, you had to learn everything on your own. And so sooner or later, you became a man that people were able to come to. And tell me about that. I really, to this day, don't really know how that happened. I just, like, once I started recording, I started passing out my tapes at school and stuff like that. And then people would just ask me for beats. Just like Blackheart, R.I.P. He the first artist I remember that asked me to produce his album. Really? Yeah. Okay. And like I remember I had a homeboy, I have a homeboy, Whiz, but I said I use the past tense because I'm going back a little bit, but when we were younger, I let them hear him and Party. I let them hear my first like tape I recorded when we were on a trip. We were in this club, this Federated club, and I played it, and it was like the best thing in the world to them.
Yeah.
And that encouraged them to do music. And then eventually I started making beats too.
Yes.
And so
kind of cold right now.
not
kind of, but he's cold.
That's still my partner to this day on the beats, Scandalous Beats.
Yeah. We're gonna get into that too.
But once he started making beats and other artists start, I don't know. Like I said, I don't really know how people
it just happened.
Just wanted to start. Yeah. Just like when I said Smack found out I made beats and heard my beats, he said, "Well, you got sounds and you put the drums with it, and then we can do this." So you know, we produce Smack's album Bigger and Better, which is still an album people talk about to this day, and that album is over 20 years old.
Period.
But
so when you walk into your purpose, basically all the other puzzle pieces connect, and then you get to your destination. Yeah.
So I always had the record label mindset. Like I said, starting with Scandalous Records. And then once I changed the name, I changed it to Worldwide Underground Entertainment. Yeah. And I only used that for one album. And then 2006, I've been Greenprint and been Greenprint ever since. Yeah. Trademarked and everything.
That part.
Yeah. So Greenprint Entertainment. And I named it Greenprint because you know how a blueprint show you how to, you know, build something or put something together. The green print show you how to get money.
That part.
You know, and so my dad, he put a studio. He built a studio for me in his convenience store. Yeah. And so that put me in a commercial location because we used to record from the house all the time. Yeah. And shout out to my mom and daddy for letting all them strangers come over to the house.
That part.
They believed in me that much where we just locked up in the room for hours just recording.
That part.
And so then, like I said, taking a step further, my dad built the studio for me, you know, over there in the store. And so that's when I was able to reach more people. You know, I had a commercial studio, was charging a little hourly rate, and then I was signing people to the record label and things of that nature. So that's when it got kind of bigger.
Yeah. Well, when he saw that you were being faithful over the little, he gave you more. So that's what your dad did for you. He was like, okay, let me give him a space. Is he really doing that? Is he taking it serious? That's nice. Shout out to Dad. Yeah. Okay. And your mom. All right. So getting back to the business mindset, you know, you're not only an entertainer and do music and things like that, but you're a business, like a phenomenal businessman. Okay. And you're welcome. And so this is the core of who you are. Tell us the importance of the business aspect when it comes to the music or the entertainment industry.
Well, I mean, you have to have some kind of organization to it because if you don't have organization and a mindset to kind of capitalize on your talent, it's just like, who's going to hear it? Who's going to listen to it? I mean, yeah, it's cool to record something just to hear yourself, but we're trying to push it out and grow for our area because it was a long time before Arkansas had any kind of notoriety as rappers, a long time. And so our goal and dream was to put Arkansas on the map, really. And there was other labels that started developing, you know, down there, and other people started building studios down there, and they had kind of a similar mindset. I used to do shows for artists, and I would do free shows, like let the community come out. We used to do it on the stage by the river, and any artist that wanted to, because there was a lot of artists rapping back then. Like I'm talking about a lot of artists with their own style in Helena and West Helena. And so I used to just invite anybody out that I knew was rapping. They can come perform and promote their stuff for free, not charging. And then we wouldn't charge people to come see it. I just wanted to promote everybody. Right. I even did a compilation album, and I just was passing. I was just passing beats out and said, "Hey, write a song, and you can come record it in my studio because I'm gonna put this compilation out. I want people to go around and say this is what we do in our town, you know." And so that was the goal with that album. It was called the Come Up Compilation. Yeah.
And you also would record and do like many interviews with them and the different artists or whatnot.
Yeah, we did that during one of the shows. Yeah, it was like a little documentary almost. Yeah.
Like you were going to different places.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was real dope. And they seemed like they were excited about, you know, being able to tell their part of their story or their side of everything.
Yeah, I wanted to be like, my goal and vision was like to be like a developmental league. You know, a lot of people experience recording in the studio for the first time, you know, through our studio and going on the road. We used to come to Memphis and do open mics and shows and, like I said, performing on the stage, just exposing them to a lot of things. And I was one of the first artists to shoot videos, you know, music videos. I think somebody can fact check me on this, but I think I'm the first rapper from Arkansas with a music video on YouTube.
Period.
A song about Arkansas. I don't think anybody got a song and a video older than me about Arkansas online. But
what's the name of that song?
The Arkansas Anthem.
Yeah.
I think that's the name of it. Or the Arkansas song. I can't remember. Yeah, I called it either one of those.
Right.
But yeah.
But you had a couple of them as well, though, along the way about Arkansas.
Oh, songs. Yeah, I always talk about Arkansas in my music because
in Helltown.
Yeah, I'm gonna be an Arkansas native and resident until my death.
That's
sure.
right.
Yeah.
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 Continue.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the other legends, you know, that come from Helltown. And how did that inspire you, them?
I mean, there's so many, like I said.
Just to name a few that comes off the top of your head.
It's so many. Yeah. Like I said, it's so many. I don't want to miss any names. There's so many. But like I said, you had Center Street and everybody involved with Center Street.
Yeah.
You had Smack and 3rd Street, everybody involved with them. You had Big Time Ugly Player down there.
Yes.
Big Time Ugly Player made some moves.
And he was on some of your
features. For sure.
Yeah.
Chili C. You know, Chili C hooked me up with Big Time. I think me and Chili were some of the only, I could say we were probably the only 2 artists that kind of connected with everybody in the city.
Yeah.
Like we worked with everybody at some point. Like I would listen to some of Chili stuff and he had all the different artists on there. And then I could do the same thing. Like I work with a lot of artists from that town as well. But like I said, it's so many. I don't want to miss anybody.
So shout out to everybody.
Yeah, everybody a legend that was doing it, especially back when we were doing it in our era. Like I said, it's so many.
Right, and for you to still be doing it. You know,
still doing it.
It's some of you all, you know, that are still doing it, but you have ventured off to doing it even on another scale, another level. You know, you have a whole website that's predicated to your beats, scanlessbeats.com. Yes, that part.
It's KANDALOUZ.
Yes, and beats are BEATZ.com. Yeah. So with that being said, like you put different beats on there where people are able to come on and they are able to get a beat if they want to get a beat, and you have it to where they can actually lease a beat as low as $10, right?
I think it's some $5 beats on there too.
So that's dope. What inspired you to actually have like a beat collection where people can go on the site and just
like I said, I talk to Watts every day almost, and we always talk about how many beats we have. We just have beats just sitting up on the computer, and so I was like, we just should put them out there for people to hear, you know. And so it's really to get them heard more so than anything. It's not even about the money, you know, because I put them on the website and I put them on YouTube too. And it's just nice that people can see what we're doing and, you know, the variety of the different types of beats. You know, it doesn't sound the same. Like I said, and Watts has a whole different style than me. And everything, and we just do different things, and we've been making beats for years.
Yes, and still going. Okay.
Yeah.
So this is like your 26th, 27th album because you put out an album before this one, and it was called Social Distance, and that was really, really good. But then you hit us with The Remedy. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just want to talk a little bit about the new album, The Remedy, because it is that when I listen to it, it seems like it gives that feel like, yeah, this is what we need, you know. music has lost a certain art to it and storytelling and, so just what made you come up with The Remedy?
Well, like you said, the industry now, the music game, rap game, is way different than it used to be. And so I think people are looking for something different. And I'm trying to give them the remedy, as well as, for me, music is my therapy, so it's my remedy, and the studio is very therapeutic.
That's right.
So not only is it the remedy for those who hear it, but for the one who's spitting it as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah, that's some good stuff right there. Yeah. So, coming up with the name, The Remedy, is that because it's therapeutic, like being in the studio and the things that you actually put out?
Yeah, I mean, it's more so, like I said, I feel like it's not a lot of artists like me at all.
Right.
And maybe that's why I'm still doing it, because I hadn't found anyone that can fit in my lane, because I would work with that artist. I would love for artists that's similar to the way I do to come around or come out. But, I just feel like I'm giving something to the people that's looking for something, because you have that group of people that like rap, but don't like the rap that's out now.
Right.
And so they're kind of like in this position where they don't really have anything to listen to. Right. So that's I think an untapped audience in a sense. Right. And I'm just learning how to try to market to those people. Yeah. And then, but still it sounds, some of it is good enough for people who listen to the other kind of rap.
That's right. That's right.
Whether it's the production or some of the songs I make. But like, it's just a different kind of music. I almost call it soul music.
Okay. Yeah. Now, what inspired you to write The Remedy?
What inspired me to write The Remedy? It was a little different process than it was with Social Distance. Like, with Social Distance, I kind of set on a mission to write an album. Yeah. And I wrote it collectively. Like, every song had to go with the album. Like, if it didn't go with the album, I didn't even finish writing it. Right. And so this method was a little different. I just kind of started with a couple of songs, and then it turned into an album. And
it's really, really good.
But I did have the intention of completing the album, but the process was just a little different this time.
Just a little different. It came to you as you went.
Yeah, now once I got into the album making process, then it came together.
So let's take it back, because you gave us the intro in The Remedy, right? And that intro went all the way back to 1990 what?
90-something.
Yeah. 90-something. Yeah, look, 90-something. Don't worry about it. That part. But it went back, and it gave us that old school but modern feel. And you used just tell us about that process.
So the first track on The Remedy is called Intro, and in parentheses, Poetic Thug Dedication. So that's the AKA of the song. So the intro, aka the Poetic Thug Dedication. But like we talked about earlier, Poetic Thug used to be my rap name for a whole bunch of years. And so that's a rap I wrote when I was like 17, maybe 16 years old. Yes. And so I wanted to pay, homage to my old moniker, and just the style, because it's been, like you said, since the 90s.
But it was
that I've been rapping.
Yes. When you put it together, what made you say, I'm going to, like, I know you said you wanted to give a tribute and a dedication to how you first started, but to go back and say, this is the one that I'm going to use.
Why did I pick that rap?
Yes.
I don't know. I just like the way it flowed. I wanted to take something from that era, because I wanted to celebrate, just that time period and me making songs for this long, making music for this long. Yes. So I just wanted to take it back. And, I'm going to tell you a funny story.
We're here for it.
Like I said, I was Poetic Thug for the longest. And then but certain people would still call me Jay on the
Yeah.
song. Like, you know how you do shout outs on the song,
Right.
or when you're on the song and like you talk to the other person that's on the song, and they would just constantly call me Jay. And so I had to think of a name that has Jay in it.
Yeah.
And so that's what made me change my name to Jay Whiz.
Okay.
Just because. And maybe if they would call me Poetic Thug or Thug on the album, well, I might have still been Poetic Thug. But yeah, just because people call me Jay, because that's my nickname.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
And so I had to think of a name that had Jay in it.
So you have Jay, but first, before we go forward, if you have yet to get the album, it is streaming. The Remedy is streaming on.
Yes, it's available on all platforms.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So y'all gotta go get that so you can hear the intro, because the intro and the rest of the album is pretty dope. Yeah. And look, I say that in the literally, like, because it's the remedy, right?
Mm-hmm. It's the remedy.
Yeah, it's the prescription for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go get that.
Yeah.
But let's get back to it. So, Jay, but it's Jay Whiz.
Mm-hmm.
What came about the Whiz part? Yeah.
So that's a funny story too. Like I said, it just kind of fell on me. But you know how people talk, and they're like, "Gee whiz, Tommy."
Right.
You know, I just Jay whiz.
Right.
You know, it's just a phrase.
Yeah.
You know.
And it worked.
Yeah, it just came together.
And to me, when I think about it, is, you know how a wizard actually, they conjure up things and it just magically happen.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's how I look at you.
Mm-hmm.
You know, come on, you be in a laboratory getting it together, making a spell, something, you know, and you come out with the remedy. Okay.
Yeah.
And so I look at it like that, and yeah, so it's a good name, great name. Yeah. And so we have that, but I do want them to hear a little bit of the intro. And so if you can spit a couple of bars
From the intro?
from the intro.
What part you want to spit? The whole thing? Just
I mean, it's really short, so we can really, you know,
let them get the album. Giant Killer.
That part.
I'm a real deal giant killer. Me and my homie, we keep it real. From the East Coast to the West Coast. Give you something you can feel.
Yeah.
Poetic, thus the flowing and blowing. Making these girls.
You gotta be going.
Play it on trip. You know where they going. They be loving it because it be showing.
That ain't it?
You should say the part.
Oh, okay.
Get the album.
That part.
It's on the album.
But it take you back.
Mm-hmm.
And then right after that, go and tell them what you have after that.
The next track number 2 is Gone Too Long.
Yes. And who do you have, like, the sample?
Sample of the Jackson 5 song. Where I Want to Be.
Yeah.
Is that the name of that song?
Yeah.
I Want to Be Where You Are.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
it.
Now, but it was
what inspired that?
So that actually was when I created that beat. I created that to be the intro on Social Distance, actually.
Yes.
Because when I did Social Distance, it had been 8 years since I had dropped another song.
Yeah.
Another album. And so that was like my comeback song. So that was like the intro.
Yeah.
I didn't write the bars yet. Because like I said, the process of Social Distance was like, if it doesn't go with the album, I'm not even going to write it down.
That's right.
And so I ended up coming with the intro that I did even on Social Distance.
Yeah.
And that was just kind of almost like a leftover track from Social Distance, so it still carried the same spirit.
But we know leftovers can be so good.
Yeah.
They hit different sometimes, you know?
Some stuff tastes better reheated.
Yes,
for sure.
And that, I mean, you could digest that and be like, can I get some more?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, like that was Gone Too Long is so good. And so I'm glad that you wrote that because I could feel it. I could vibe to it. And then you have the next track. Yeah,
so after Gone Too Long, like I said, it was time for Gone Too Long for this album.
Yeah.
Because now I'm kind of back. It's my staple.
Yeah.
Now, like, I was gone too long, and it's like, where you been? Because now I feel like I'm back for real.
Period.
You know, Social Distance kind of experiment.
Yeah.
In a sense. Yeah, let me test the new game.
See if I still got it.
All of that.
Check the temperature.
Yeah, but like it's on back now. And if you listen to the first line, it explains it. But the next song is Money and Fame after that, track 3.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so what inspired that one? Because Yeah, I'm gonna let you say.
Uh, well, that song, I mean, it's really about the industry in a sense, how people do whatever to get famous and get money, you know. And I'm at a point in my life where I don't need the fame, and I'm not gonna do anything for money.
That's right.
And so it just kind of talk about just kind of staying grounded in a sense. And because I got this line about Whitney Houston on there, and I think it came to me because I was writing on the anniversary of her death.
Yeah.
And the line just came to me because like it's the anniversary.
We gotta spit the line, you know?
No, they gotta hear the album.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, can't give too much, you know?
Yeah.
But I want to go back to, you know, with the fame and fortune, Greenprint teaches you how to actually get money, how to, you know,
get your business together.
Yes. And you did mention early on in the interview that it's not about money. You know, it never been about the dollar. That's why you were able to put people in place without charging and having concerts and having performances and all of that. And you didn't charge. So that's a good look. You already been, you know, that type of person. So you say you got to a place where it's not about that, but it's kind of sort of already been in you, like the core of you. And you're just doing what you love to do. Yeah. Yeah, what you're gifted and talented to do.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, all right. The next track?
Track 4 is Raised in the A.
So he said he's proud of his hometown. He's not gonna stop, okay? And this anthem right here, you took us back at the end, like you put.
Don't spoil it.
Okay.
I gotta get the album. Now I know some people are listening to this or watching this have the album, but I'm saying for those who don't have the album, I don't want to spoil it all for you. Right. So the album is out now, it's available, so go find it, the Remedy J Whiz. But we will keep talking about the tracks, I just don't want to spoil everything.
That part. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm so excited about the album, y'all. I heard it. So I love it. I like it. You know, hey, let's keep talking.
Okay.
So
but yeah, Raised in the A is just a shout out to Arkansas. Like I said, I'm always represent Arkansas.
That part.
At some point. And I got, you know, my homeboy J-Dog, which is part of the foundation. And my homeboy Whiz, which is part of the foundation.
Yes.
And we them country boys. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check out The Gang Needs Me.
Yeah.
But yeah.
That's dope. So track 5.
Track 5 is a vibe. It's a vibe.
And it's a vibe. That's what you ride, you know, you got the top down, you going and just riding for no reason, just riding.
It's one of them smooth, laid back summertime, springtime, even wintertime riding type songs. It gave me the vibe of Feeling Good from the last album, so that's why I call it Feeling Good Part 2. Shout out to Whiz for making that beat.
Yeah.
The beat talked to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Y'all could have got that beat. It was on the Scanless Beats website, but I kept hearing that. I'm like, I need to snatch that one. So I had to take it down.
Yes. I mean, it's really, really alive. To me, that song says that what the whole album is. The whole album is alive, right? So now track 6.
Ray Charles.
And that's all you're going to say about it?
I mean, Ray Charles speaks for itself, but the concept of that song is like I'm not seeing what everybody else doing, so I'm blind to it, basically. Yeah.
Oh, you know, I took that like they're not seeing you either. Like
they call me Ray Charles. I mean, they're not seeing me either. Yeah. I guess they Stevie Wonder. But I'm Ray Charles to the critics, you know, anybody. Like I'm not seeing that. I'm not paying attention. I'm in my own lane doing my own thing. So
that part. Okay. Track 7.
Track 7 is Find a Way. Find a Way.
And that's what you have done throughout these years. Like, if you look back, even in this interview, we get to see, like, the timeline of how you started and how you invented J Whiz, Greenprint, how you just was able to embody the things that you wanted, and took it on.
I was always able to find a way for sure.
That part.
And that features my homeboy Chili C, R.I.P. Chili C, and Calion, my cousin.
Yeah. Yeah. Good stuff. Yeah. I want him to spit some more bars, but y'all just gonna have to go and
get that album.
Yes.
It's out now. Get it.
That part. Get the album. Okay.
Yeah. You can go listen today, right now.
Yeah.
You can pause this and go watch it.
That part. Okay.
As I'm saying the name of the song, pause it. Go find the song. Then come back to the interview. Pause it. Go find the song. Come back to the interview.
Oh, that's what he was talking about. Okay, let's get back into it. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Hey, go pause. Get the track.
Mm-hmm.
Get the album.
Yeah.
All right. So, track 8.
Keep It Real. That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite songs on the album. I mean, I got a lot of favorites. I didn't even mention the favorites in the beginning, but like that's one of the ones I can keep on repeat.
Yeah.
Like, somebody I could play that song.
It's really good.
10, 15, 20 times in a row.
Mm-hmm.
Like, really.
Well, I'm just going to say that, I'm not going to say anything.
About the song?
Yes. About the squares fitting. They don't fit. So, I ain't going to say it, though, but I'm just going to let it go. Y'all get the album. It's really good, though. Seriously. If you like good music and you're like, oh, my God, every time I turn on the radio, it's this gibberish, or this album is not going to disappoint at all.
Like somebody said, it's real hip-hop. And that's just somebody else's comment. I inspired so many people with this album. Motivated them to keep going or to even just love music again.
Right.
And so that's a good impact. Like I said, it's the remedy.
Okay.
Something was missing or something was off in somebody's life and they put the album on and be like, that's what I needed. And so that's the remedy for sure.
It's so good. Okay. We're going to move on to track. Did we do 8? Yeah,
track 8, Keep It Real. And like I said, it's just about keeping it real in this world of fake things, so much fake stuff out there, especially with the internet.
Social media.
Yeah, you don't know what to believe, what's real, how to feel. And so that song is just about keeping it real.
And things like that.
Let's raise the neck too.
Yeah.
Because it's still real around my way.
Period.
Like a female with no BBL.
That part.
Yeah.
And no disrespect to you all that get them or
BBL,
have them. That's on you, that's fine. But I'm just saying certain things aren't, always what they seem. And when you have a circle that keeps it real, that's just it. Or when you're the person that's keeping it real. And sometimes, I don't know, it's popular to be fake. To pretend.
It is.
Yeah. Moving right along to track 9.
Next to See, baby. Number 9 is Came Up. Yeah. And that's featuring Next to See out of Little Rock. I think he in Atlanta now, actually, though. Yeah. But he's from Little Rock. Shout out to Next to See. It's just about, kind of getting it out the mud and coming up, along the way.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Yeah.
10.
What we go through for love.
Yeah.
That's kind of one of the social distance leftover tracks too. That didn't make social distance, didn't conceptualize for social distance, and so it was right on time for this album. Yeah.
I believe this song can resonate with pretty much anyone.
Oh, for sure. It's just it's about the things we go through for love, what you've been through, and it doesn't always end well, and just dealing with that.
Right.
And so we've all, I'm sure, experienced, that. And so that's just one of those songs that talks to your emotions real quick.
It's good.
Roxy Reese singing the hook on that. Shout out to Roxy.
Yes. And so, the next track.
Last one left. Under Pressure.
Yeah.
And when I was coming up with the album title, I had like 20, 21 working titles. And that was one of the working titles of the album, Last One Left. I named it after that track.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like I'm the last one of my generation type rappers. You know, whether it's on a national level or a local level, underground level, that do it the way I do it. It's not a lot of people, like I said, that do it like me. And my homeboy, Chuck Wilson, wanted me to name the album. The last one left. I came close. I toyed with it. Like I said, it was a three-way tie between album titles, and the Remedy just won over. But,
Right.
You know, might get a video to that one or something.
Nice.
Yeah.
But that's not the last one though. That's not the last one.
No, that's the name of that track.
Right,
Track
right,
11.
right. That part.
Yeah.
So just wanted y'all to know, if you have the album, you know that.
Yeah. The track listing is available, and the tracks. Like I said, just go Spotify, YouTube, Apple Music, Tidal, and anywhere else you get your music. Amazon. Like I said, pause it, go listen, come back to the interview.
Yeah.
Mm.
So all of the tracks are my fave. The last one is really good as well. Track 12.
Track 12 is Thank You. It's just giving God the glory. You know, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him. And it's the last track I actually wrote for the album.
Yeah.
So it wasn't on the album. I was going to stop at 11. I was trying to get to 12 or 13, but that one just came at the end. And because at first, when I made the beat, I was going to give it to, I contemplated giving it to a gospel rapper.
Mm-hmm.
But then the words came to me, and I was like, why not me?
Right.
You know, because I'm not a gospel rapper at all, but I'm a Christian that raps.
That's
and so, you know, I felt it appropriate to just kind of spit that and just tell a little bit more of my story on the album. It's more of a open book type song in a sense. Yeah, vulnerable song, you know. But yeah.
That's good. That was real good. Good insight, you know. And to me, you know, you started off with God because he's the Alpha. He is the Omega. Like, so, yeah, it's really, really good for that to be the last one, because it's like you them vibed all the way through, and then you continue to vibe, but it's like a thank you. So to me, how I take it and how I internalize that song is like, after I've listened to the whole album, at the end of it, it's just like, thank you, Lord. You know, like, thank you for getting me through everything that I've been through and being able to actually just give tribute to God. You know?
I mean, that's how I end my day every day, thanking God. So why not end the album like that? Because it's a blessing to make it back to your bed every night. Everybody doesn't get a chance to do that. And so that's always the period on my night, thanking God.
That's good.
So it's the period on the album.
Yeah. So this album, you had a lot of like many different features. People were able to come on and do their thing with you. Real good stuff. Yeah,
because on Social Distance, I didn't have any rap features at all. And I had a couple of singles on there, but I wrote their parts too. So, you know, produced and wrote the whole album pretty much.
Okay.
And so this time I wanted to be able to work with other artists, just like I used to do. So, you know, and I'm going to continue to do that in the future, for sure. But like I said, Social Distance was like an experiment.
Yeah.
And like I said, it worked.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it brought about the Remedy.
Yes, it did.
And I'm excited about it.
And I kept all these other working titles, so I might come up with albums for each title I got left on the list.
Well, we're looking forward to that. Like, yeah, we're really looking forward to that. You are to me, a genius at what you do.
I appreciate you.
Yes, like intellectually and creatively, and just you do what you do in a way that's so strategic. Even with the promoting your albums and your music or whatnot, you really are walking in your purpose. So how does it feel looking back? Because Greenprint Entertainment's 18th year.
Yeah, 06.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. Flourishing.
Graduated.
Yeah. So, 18th year, we got the remedy.
Yeah.
How do you feel looking back on everything, all the things you faced, the challenges, the obstacles, and being able to come out? You have a song on, you can get social distance as well, but you have a song on there, We Made It.
We made it.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out to the homie Lunatic, Chris. He made that beat for me. That was one of the last songs on that album, but it's just about how I just made it through life, period, cause I remember, when I was talking to him, he had made the beat, Through the Pain. And then, I can't remember which one he gave me first, but, he's like, how many songs you got? I think I had like 12. He's like, you got room for one more? And he gave me that beat, and I rolled it around. I listened to it, and it sounded like a victory song, a celebration. So I just wanted to celebrate all the obstacles I've overcome and all the things I've been through to get to this point. And I just wanted everybody to celebrate the victories.
Right.
And
that was during COVID and everything. Yeah. So, we needed a victory song.
Yeah. So that's definitely why I was called social distance, because we were still social distancing.
Right. But looking back over all of that, and not even just that, but over the years, the 18 years of Greenprint, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel accomplished, man. Shout out to all the artists that were a part of Greenprint. From The Realest, to Kill, rest in peace, to Fahrenheit. Lunatic was coming through making beats, engineering. MacBo 24, shout out to MacBo. Everybody that was a part of Greenprint, like I said, and everybody that ever came through and got studio time, anybody who ever got a beat, anybody that ever came just to check me out, anybody that ever watched the video, anybody that ever came to a show, anybody that ever bought an album, because we used to sell CDs back then. And so anybody that ever just supported me, my day ones and my day twos, the people that caught on a little late. But, I appreciate everybody, and so I just look back and feel like, I inspire people. Shout out to Low Key, definitely getting Low Key on the next project for sure. He been around me since Greenprint almost, I think. And shout out to Tommy Block, my cousin. Shout out to Tommy Block, like I said, Greenprint. It's just so many people.
Right.
Like I said, if I missed anybody that's ever touched Greenprint, like I said, even Miss Vet, like she never got another album in, but hey, stay tuned.
Come on now.
And like I said, we coming up on the 20th anniversary of Greenprint soon, so something special may happen in the 20th year. So just stay tuned. Like I said, I still feel like I got a good relationship with all the past artists, and stuff like that. So stay tuned.
Nice.
Stay tuned for sure.
Yeah. That's good. And even shout out to all the legends that may have been missed in the name. But
yeah, like I said, there's so many legends. Y'all know who y'all are, and y'all know I know who y'all are. And so, like I said, if we ever cross paths, because like I said, it was a rich era back in the mid to late 2000s. With this rap music, on time we had so many different rappers and groups that were coming up, and everybody had their own style.
Right.
Nobody was trying to sound like anybody else, and we just all flowed and worked together. But I'm kind of far removed from the music scene down there, and so I would love to work with some of the artists down there now from the town.
Nice.
As well, the next generation. Because I feel like I can offer still a business sense. Cause
that Greenprint.
Yeah, because back then a lot of people would come to me and ask me, well, how you set up an LLC, or how you get your music copyright, or how you do a trademark, or So,
I love that.
like I said, shout out to everybody.
That's good stuff. Good stuff.
Yeah, I love everybody. I have no enemies or anything. Like I said, it's all love over here.
Only enemy you have is who?
The devil.
That part.
That's my only enemy. That's the only person hating on me. Well, I can't say that's the only person hating on me, but that's the only one we recognize. Yeah, that's the only one. That's the only one I acknowledge. Everybody else kind of like a secret admirer. They just watching from a distance. Yeah, I know who they are too, though.
Hey. But so I'm gonna say this, and then we're getting to the end of our segment. But you had another sister that was on a couple of your tracks, right?
Shout out to Crystal. That part. she really wasn't an official artist, you know. She kind of pinch hit for us.
Yeah, but she's the one that'll surprise you.
Oh
like,
yeah,
what?
For sure. She pinch hit for us, and then she just. It became her in a sense. She had a little small window of being an artist. It was kind of like the gangster boy in the chat we had going on over there.
That part.
But yeah, shout out to Crystal.
That part.
Yeah, like I said, everybody, Lil P, Blackheart, aka Tony Black, rest in peace. Shout out to my homeboy Rico, aka Big E, aka the Mad Hatter. You know, we had a good little run together. He got me in my first, because what was big back then was talent shows, you know, with all the groups and stuff. Yeah. And he and I, as well as my sister and her friend, we did a talent show together. I think we came in third place. Yeah. But my mic wasn't working. So if my mic was working, we might have came in first place.
That part.
Yeah.
That's all right,
though. But shout out Rico, though. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So, what I wanted to be able to say is that you have paved the way for a lot of people, just as well as other people have done for you. And you give tribute, you give flowers back, and you help people to be able to actually go in the direction that they're needing to go in. And so that's a big deal, a real big deal. And you're still so humble. Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I said, my legacy, I really want to see more business-minded people. You know, everybody busy trying to get signed. But I like to see the bosses come up, you know. That's my desire for Arkansas music. We don't really have a sound either. You know, I want Arkansas to have its own sound, you know, as well. So, like I said, shout out to everybody who got a business mindset with this thing. Hey, let's start a record label. Let me get some guys together and we're going to do it business like we're going to release albums, you know. And I'm starting to see, you know, people pop up with LLCs and stuff. And I like to see my people that was kind of the next generation right after me coming back too. Like I said, it's so many of them too. I don't want to miss any names, but all my supporters, you know, I appreciate them.
Yeah. So what's your favorite genre?
Of music?
Yes.
Rap. Hip-hop. R&B. You know, and I like to blend the two. Like, it's not a lot of blending anymore. Like, back in the day, we used to love hearing the hooks, you know, on songs and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's kind of like a soulful blend. So, but I'm from the Delta, and so, you know, the blues in me as well. So, and you'll hear a lot of blues elements on the remedy as well, like the guitars and, you know, the basses and things like that. So, you'll definitely see them blues influenced as well.
Right. And when you do beats, is basically you like to do a lot of samples or whatnot. That's kind of like one of your things.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. That was my thing. Definitely early in my career, I did a lot of sampling, but I kind of got back to it with this album. Yeah. It's not a lot of samples on Social Distance, but this album I'm kind of getting back to the basics.
Yeah. Well, this has been really, really good. Okay. I've enjoyed it all. So what can we expect from the near future? I know we need to get that album, but what can we expect in the near future from you with your music or with Greenprint Entertainment?
Well, just expect the unexpected. You know, it's going it's gonna become what it becomes. You know, definitely music is still in me. I'm passionate about it.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know how many more albums I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Or things like that, but I definitely wanna, you know, get some music and some films.
Yeah.
Wanna get some beats out to some artists, you know, let them experience the Scandalous Beats.
That part.
And that's just, you know, Scandalous Beats is you know, reference to Scandalous Records that I had back in the day. So that's why we call it Scandalous Beats.
Right.
Like I said, we're gonna get into the films a little more, you know, short films at least in the beginning, and just, you know, keep inspiring and motivating people. That's my goal. Whatever I do, I want to inspire and motivate people. So.
If you could leave a message to up-and-coming artists, business-minded individuals, the entertainment world, what would it be?
Just stay humble, pray, and you can do whatever you put your mind to. You know, don't put any limits on yourself. You know, and definitely try to be the boss. At the end of the day, own your music. Be yourself. I want more artists to be themselves. I want to start seeing diverse artists. I don't want to keep listening to artists and be like, oh, he's trying to sound like him, or he's sounding like him, or who is that? I can't tell who is who. So I just want people to become individuals again.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well, that's good. Tell them where they can find you and your music and your beats.
You can find me on social media at CEO J Walker on definitely on Instagram. I think you can find me like that on Facebook as well. TikTok. I don't have Snapchat. And then the music is everywhere. Just type in JWHIZ and Greenprint ENT, and something should pop up for sure.
Yes. Make sure y'all get the Remedy.
The Remedy.
It's out now.
It's
on
out
all
now.
Streaming platforms. Okay.
Everywhere you get your music.
Well, this has been really, really good. And we have come to the end of our segment. Remember, you all, although we love sipping hot chocolate at the round table, we always bring you the hottest tea.